Hello Orchid friends, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at my Dendrobium green lantern. It's first flowering. If this is your first time watching my video, my channel is all about orchids. From what orchids I have, how I grow them, my thoughts on certain orchid topics, to what orchids in my collection are blooming, etc. So if you want to follow along my orchid hobby adventure, please consider subscribing to my channel and turn on the notification. This is what it looks like right now. It's not a super tall plant yet, and when I first got it, I was told that it would take another 2 years before it would bloom, but it's only been a year since I got it and it's already blooming, so it's actually a very nice surprise. I currently grow this one in semi-hydro. As you can see here, I use the double cup method, and I do still use a outer cup, a blue outer cup, to make sure that there is less chance for algae to form, because I want to reduce the sunlight directly on the media. Overall, the root system is doing really well. As you can see, all these roots that you see were grown after it was transferred to this growing method. And also currently, it's giving me a new growth from the very bottom, or from the base of this plant. It's my only mid to large size. Currently it's still a seedling size, but I think when it's adult size, it'll get bigger. So it's my only medium slash large size Dendrobium. I did have a couple Nobles, but it had some pest infestation, so I decided to throw them out. Because I was too lazy to try to save them, and I do have many more orchids that are much more expensive and less common, so I did not want to risk getting infection for other orchids. Anyway, right now it's blooming. It gives me 2 bloom. I don't know how many bloom this plant would typically give. But as you can see at the base there is a new growth, and I use a stake to basically support the biggest king, because it's sort of leaning down. I just don't want it to be too top heavy, so I use a stick to prop it up so that it continue to grow upright. This semi-hydro setup only takes very little maintenance. I only give water every other week or so, but in between I do provide a little bit of mist here and there, especially during summertime here right now. The top of the media tends to get really dry, but even if I don't do the misting, this orchid will be just fine, because there is so much moisture, so much liquid in its cane. So this is one of the good things about Dendrobium, is that they can actually tolerate a drought pretty well. I mean, worst case scenario, their canes shrivel a little bit, and once they get rehydrated, their canes typically plump back up very quickly. This orchid is not fragrant. This is one of the downsides. It's not fragrant at all. I don't detect any fragrance, but its lip and its flower shape is definitely interesting. It's not the same as the Nobles that we typically see. The fact that its name is Green Lantern kind of puzzles me, because I don't see any green about its flower, and I don't see any lantern shape. And also, along the cane, pretty much the entire plant has kind of black fur or black hair all along the cane, so that's another interesting aspect of this particular orchid. So for the rest of the video is a collection of photos that I've taken ever since I noticed its bud. So from its bud development to first bloom and full bloom. So I hope you enjoy these photos. And this is basically all I have for you today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to get more orchid related videos from my channel, please consider subscribing and turn on the notification. And of course, if you have any question regarding my certain orchids or my orchid setups, I'll be more than happy to share my thoughts and my experience. I want to wish you happy growing, and I will talk to you in my next video. Ciao!